We're continuing on with our road to top 100 in head-to-head rank today, and we're going to do it just a little bit different today. A full game breakdown, post commentary, going over absolutely everything that we can, because when I can see something, maybe we can help you guys learn. We can go back to some of the live comms as well if you guys want. Just make sure you let me know what it is you guys want to see on this series and all this. Again, we're going to go back to debut cards and stuff too, but let's break this game down. We got a really, really good one today, boys. Hope you enjoy this one. Road to top 100. Let's go. With football season right around the corner, there's no better time to check out Prize Picks than today. To win, all you need to take is your sports knowledge into the app, pick more or less, and you can win up to 100 times your money. And for new users right now, if you sign up using code CC, all you have to do is make your first deposit, play a lineup, and you will get $50 in credit instantly into your account. And to sign up, all you have to do is click the link in the description down below or go to the App Store. Either way, make sure you are using code CC when you sign up. So it's time to check out Prize Picks, get winning, have some fun, boys. Let's get back to the video. Let's have a great day. Good luck on all your lineups. If you're looking to build the best team in Madden, make sure you avoid the packs and save some racks. Heading over to MMOEXP.com. Use my code CC for 5% off. Link is in the description down below. This was going to be a good game. This was a good game. This was recorded the other night. Like I said, we're going to break it down based on everything. And I tell you what, if you are like me and you hop into some of these games and you're like, oh, I don't know who this is, that's an easy win. No, you haven't played Madden 25 then, obviously. But one thing I'm never ready for are the scum kicks. No matter how many times it happens to me, I'm never ready for them. Thankfully, we don't have one this game to go across. So there was like no changes in the team at this point at all. So we're not going to look at our team. But it's still Saints offense, Ravens defense here. And you can see, what am I doing differently here? I've said it to you guys basically every single time. When we go into games, we want to use our best players when they're lit up. That is Chris Johnson. Am I doing that here? Absolutely not. Why? Because I'm me. I do things. Sometimes we make mistakes. Sometimes you shouldn't do what you do. You see him just glowing there. So we're going to hand him the ball off? No. We're not going to do that. So I'm going to try to set up a nice little play here. He's in the double mug. Doesn't overly worry me. But what he does, fantastic defense. And he picks me off on the first play of the game. That's not ideal. So what happened here? Why did this happen here? Let's break this down as we look. So what he did differently, we see this guy right here. He's coming into play. I don't know where he was coming from, but that's why he was. He dropped the D end into coverage. I assume he probably had like a hook curl, maybe at 0 or something like that. And he left the slot corner blitzing. So like you can see, my read here is quite simply, I see this guy coming, so I don't see him. So that's why I'm throwing the drag here. Obviously, Y was probably the proper target. Messed up. We messed up there. Good defense. This is a good defense, right? So first and goal, he basically runs a little jet sweep and gets the score here. Very rare to stop someone. First and goal of the one, but he gets it in, and now we're down 7. All right, so that makes the rest of this really, really tricky. So I change up. I just change up what I'm doing on offense here. We go to this box set, and the advantage I like to have with a formation like this is the dual drags, essentially attacking across the flats, too high, too low, and really let's see what happens here. So we go back to this, and he goes back to double mug. So now we're like, I'm getting an idea of what he thinks he should be running, what he doesn't think he should be running. And so this setup, I actually was a really poor setup because I have too much going on there. And you can see that last time I saw the wheel open, and it was not open this time. He did something maybe a little different. Maybe I was on the wrong hash mark at that case in time, giving him more space to catch up to us. Not a good start overall. So now I'm like, okay, well, let's see what he's really doing. So we're kind of setting up something a little differently. I mix in different route combinations, and I don't overly have an idea as to why I do it, but we do it here. And so again, this is a really simple. What I'm doing here is two things. One, a high-low on one side, right? And then keep someone in the middle of the field. So that's either going to be his user is going to have to stand over here, or we can throw it. But he kind of, maybe a little double Mabel there. Hard flat, cloud flat, curl flat sort of combo. He's doing the right thing. But so I can tell he's in double mug because he's coming down. He's coming the Nichols 3-dog buzz. So he's coming down each and every time with those users. So I know that like we have an advantage potentially on some of these run calls. Not always the case though. A run that I can say like 26 duo is a really good run against double mug, and sometimes it is, but there are times it's just not, right? We see here like he is doing a fantastic job keeping us in line here. So there's not much I can do about that. If he's going to defend the run well, we're going to have it in our back pocket at times, but I'm not focusing on what it is here. So one thing we did here is I put this, what's called a triple option route, where it's a curl, but if it's man, he's going to go left or right. Not always the same way. And again, then we still have the high-low on the left here. So let's see what happens on this one. Because I don't remember what happens every single play in this game, so we're kind of learning here. I changed it up. I put a slant. Okay. But this time we just got the wheel off quickly, right? Sometimes if you delay and you wait, I'm literally giving him a chance to get the ball in here. But once I see this, like, I can get that in there and pass lead it to the outside and do enough. And Kyle's got a little bit of fight for us there. Fantastic. So here we go back to the run that we want, and just run carefully and casually into the end zone. Again, the run didn't work before, but it worked this time. Just because a play doesn't work doesn't mean you have to throw it away. Let someone show that they consistently can defend what you are doing here. And he did not. So it's 7-7. So we've negated essentially we negated the pick. And now it's just like we punted the ball to start the game. So he's going into bunch offset. So what I was trying this game was some cover 4 quarters match instead. Like let's see what works, and we can get some pressure. And this isn't a blitz. It's nothing crazy. It's just the more time we can keep someone in the pocket, the better, right? Now there are holes and there are disadvantages to every single defense, and you have to decide what you want to give up. For me, I don't want to give up the big play. If I can force him to make 10 short plays and have a longer drive, more chances for a mistake, especially in this game. I personally don't want to be in 55-50 shootouts and stuff like that. But he's an audibler, right? And so when he audibles here, I don't know the match rules against this. So I shade down to cancel my match just to run hard flats. Real basic, and let's just kind of get an idea of what he's doing. And we're not quite there. And I mean, that is, you would like to think passes like that could be picked off, but they can't. They cannot. They can't. It doesn't work. So we have to see how he's going to react, because what that showed me, he didn't really like the way that match was playing. He doesn't really have a way to manipulate the match coverage at a bunch. He can try different things and do different things, but he likes to throw that route. And again, he's highballing it there, which is why it was incomplete. If he doesn't highball it, well, he might catch it anyway, but it's getting swatted or something along those lines. So he flips here, and as he flips, I stick with my match rules against bunch and just try. I'm trying to see if we can catch him off guard. We've already seen him throw one pass sort of into coverage. I need about 5 of them to catch one. So we'll see what he does. Again, same thing here as the audibles. I don't overly know what I want to do on defense, so I hop on the D end here to rush 3 and decide to go out there. I'm just not thinking, and I don't switch stick at all out here. Again, this is a possible statement here. You would like to think that the hard flat would have gotten like more over there. I'm not saying he would have defended it, but I would like to see him get more over there. He doesn't. It's just a good pass. Good pass. So again, here I'm switching up as we get into the red zone area. What I've done here is I'm setting my curl flats on 0 or default, and I'm setting my cloud flats on like 25 or 30. So essentially, it's a cover 4 that we just sort of tune down here, and with an idea and a hope that we're gonna bait a corner route at some point once we get down here. But if he runs, that's totally fine. So we end the first quarter. Just tied. And again, same sort of concept here, same sort of defense. We got to see if we can throw them off. That's the most part what we got to do. Just little changes here. And I'm waiting to see if he's going to try to do the route stems and all that. He doesn't. And one thing I absolutely hate in this game, and I'm sure you will feel the exact same way, is that like this should be a rally and a tackle. It should. The defender doesn't chase the ball carrier. He runs to the spot where the ball was caught. Right? And it's even me trying to click on and you can't, there's nothing I can do, right? They don't anticipate. If someone's running to the right, they will go down and then follow them. Like they don't follow the Pythagorean theorem or something. I don't know. Little tiny things. But the game needs changes here. So again, we see here now that he's so much closer, I'm changing my zone drop depths because I don't need them at 30s. And we want to do the same thing and come over here. And I'm bringing everyone down just in case he runs in this situation. He's shown that he will run, but we're not overly worried. And we're standing there and, well, he scores. Now, I assume he's on conservative, right? The reason I can assume he's on conservative is it goes to like, as you cut, you kind of like, they hold the ball tightly because they're trying not to fumble. So I think he's on conservative, so the hit stick there just doesn't really matter. Down 7. But we get the ball. And with 3.5 minutes left in this half, we have 2 options here. One, you got to score, right? You try to score fast and get a stop, or you try to score slow so he's less time, because he does indeed get the ball at half. Sometimes it's not up to you. Sometimes people will play ultra aggressive on defense in this situation, try to force them to be back in control here, because even if they're up 17-14 at half and they get the ball at half, then they go up 10, then they feel like they're in control. So you just got to kind of figure out what they're trying to do. And I will always take the points in these situations. I don't know if it's a good thing or it's a bad thing, but I will always try to take the points. Again, we're setting this up. Let's see what he's doing here. It is the same coverage. It is the same thing. Same thing that allowed us a big play last time. Intentional, I don't know, but we get down the field and then we flip the play. Again, try to do basically the same thing. It is basically the same route combination and set. But what you notice here and let's bring this up. Okay? What do we see here as a massive problem? There's nobody over here, right? Now, I'm not expecting the post to be able to get over here. But Kyle right here, he can get all the way up there. Because if you watch, look at his user. His user is chasing the wheel. He's chasing the wheel. Okay, so I picked up on this in the game to see what it is. And you see he switch sticks. Which he actually did a beautiful job of it. So you see he immediately switched sticks. So he is just completely worried about that. So I see that. So I'm not going to throw it. But I throw the post here. This is not my finest moment. Okay? Not my finest moment. So what I did wrong, quite simply, is let's go here. This post is too deep to throw in this situation without a pull route. There's no pull route over here. You obviously see that. So it needs to be route stemmed 1 or 2 clicks shorter. That way the ball is coming to here, not there, right? Again, maybe there was pressure on the pass. We see it's a yellow pass. So we throw a pick. So we're down 7, down a possession, and to throw an interception. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. This was a moment in the game I was like, I should just quit the game. I should just quit the game. What are you doing, right? Now, obviously, we did miss a wide open pass there, but we're not gonna focus on that. What? I'm not gonna say, oh, I missed a pass. Whatever. So we go back through here, and I actually mess up. I don't know if you can see this here. I'm not trying to do this, but I'm trying to set everything back to default, and I hit it to 0, right? If you have your zone drop set, you can't play match. It just doesn't work. It's not gonna work, right? So we slightly mess up, and he goes into trips. Oh, God, what is this? What are you doing here, right? I'm really confused at this point. Like there's something he sees, something he's figured out, something someone's told him of like, hey, this is gonna be a good thing. And I think he was. I mean, it looked like the deep route was getting open, but again, waiting for a really deep route in this game with a 4-man pass rush or a 5-man pass rush can be very difficult at times. If you want to pass deep, sometimes just wait to see if they're rushing 3, right? So again, I don't really know what this is his 4th formation of the game, so he's bounced around. So you see, I'm ready on Parsons to just pick up the D lineman and try to do something here. And I think that was a really bad play call. I think the run there was a really poor shot. You had what was potentially a very big open pass play the time before. I'm surprised you didn't try to go back to it. But, you know, it is what it is. So again, same sort of thing. Let's just watch and see. And we do a very good job here. And we hit him. And he's going to go for it. As I would go for this too. It's 5 yards. It's 5 yards. The 2-minute warning hits. Okay. The 2-minute warning hits. And he's switching into something else here. And again, I don't overly know what he's doing. So I'm just going to user here and wait and see if we can take something away. And we do a good enough job. And everything was really well covered there. I think he missed sort of the drag here. And I think the only reason he missed the drag is because he saw me. And now he wants to throw it, right? Like our user got in the way enough. We didn't actually cover the route, but it was going to be open. It was going to be open if we didn't get the pass rush there. So the pick doesn't hurt us at all. In fact, we get the field position from it. So it's kind of like we did catch it. So just go back to the run. Again, take some time there. We fumble. Because of course we do, so I'm going to go on conservative because I forgot to do that, which is dumb. I hate the way that the game does that way. So again, just set something up here. Maybe we can get something to go our way. But again, I'm not 100% sure what he's doing, and he gets really good pressure. We sort of missed that crossing route to A. It looks like a slant. The problem is I'm not looking for that. I'm putting a route on the field that I'm not really looking to throw. I'm not really comfortable throwing at this point. Which is a massive problem. And let's break this one down. So what accidentally happens? I hate carrying out play action. It allows really bad things. So I think that I've put the running back on a route. I did not. So he luckily gets the block in there. And as I'm rolling out, I'm looking at Y, honestly, right? But then A breaks up the field. And it's 3rd and 21 from the 38. I'm a little desperate here. I'm in a desperate situation. So, because I'm assuming he has a flat out there. I'm assuming that this defender is a flat defender. He stops running. It just allows us to break free up the field. Sideline bounces, route bounces, all do very, very good. We get a little fortunate in this play. And you know what? That is totally fine. I'm 100% fine with getting lucky. I get so unlucky. You get so unlucky. You take the luck, move on. I don't feel bad at all about that. Because he still has 50 seconds now and 3 timeouts and gets the ball at half. So we're still not in a very good position here. Now, if we can hold him to 0 points, we're in a fine position. If we can hold him to 3, all right, it's still a little tough. If he gets 7, we're kind of screwed. And I don't know why he's going back to this. This was not overly effective. And I remember thinking this at the time, like, you were doing a really good job moving the ball, and then you come here and you're not. So what am I going to do? I play aggressive in this situation here because I think he's going to get into field goal range anyway. So we blitz, right? And as we blitz, nothing's really, really open. I mean, maybe the flat. My hope is obviously a sack, maybe a sack fumble, something like that. But he's infatuated with trips, tight end flex right now. I don't know why. So we moved the outside cornerback so we just to help not get beat and bombed here. So I'd flip my play so we can send the blitz. Again, there's so much opportunity he has to get the ball in here. And I think this is a pretty good throw. But the problem with throwing these seams and just waiting is that when he gets bumped to the inside, right? This is really, really important for you guys ever try to throw in the seams when there's a bump that happens. The bump happens and he gets pushed to the inside. So he's getting pushed just slightly closer to this defender. So he needs to pass lead it more across the middle of the field. More this way, right? That defender is hopefully going to be pulled over here. But he doesn't really get it because he has to wait, right? And he does try to put it in the right spot. But if he would have got bumped to the inside there versus the outside, he actually catches this ball no problem. And I don't think he tried to possession catch it for whatever reason. But I think he would normally have got that. Pretty easy, right? Right there, he does get it anyway. You hit him. That's just the way that the game goes. Just like, it's not a great play. It's still a good play. Looking at the seams in cover 3 is still a good play. But he would have been a no doubter. And there was doubt there. So again, he's got this coming across. I hope the ball's going there. It is. It is. It is. Any aggressive catches it? Maybe. Or high balls. I think he may have highballed it there. Unnecessary. So he's not looking at a whole lot of stuff right here. Right? Like, he's really not. So I'm going to keep just trying to blitz and do all this stuff. And I'm trying to get a little bit of a bump here by putting him in the zone, going straight up, not worrying about stuff. He sends, I think he blocks the running back, but it doesn't really matter. The blitz is still going to come in against that quite often. 3rd and 17. Okay. If we can get a stop here, we could potentially get him out of field goal range. So I called a timeout because he flipped his play. He went to a different formation. I have 3 timeouts. No matter what I do, those will not come with. I don't get 6 in the second half. So we had to call a timeout there. Let's play it smart, right? I don't want to risk it. So I move him over, and I'm pretty sure I protected the sticks because I'm worried about this crossing route. So hoping he's going to get in the way here, and I'll take this slot. That is my difference in my change here. And then we see him motion the tight end in, so you know he's blocking him there, right? And that's exactly what he does. So what I'm hoping for we're going to get is literally to a T what we wanted to happen. And it's just slightly covered. Probably should have come down with it because it's Madden 25, but he doesn't, and he decides to punt. Which isn't a bad option there. So he punts, and I'm going to try one wildcat, and we don't get anything. And we go to half, and now he gets the ball. And we're basically even. We threw 2 interceptions at half, and we ended up basically even. We got a stop and then ended the half stop. So every bad decision and all those things that we did It didn't actually hurt us. So he goes back to bunch here, right? What he likes. Fine pass. I have no problem with that. Maybe you would like that to be knocked out. Whatever. That's not happening. It doesn't happen. So he goes for the switch here as well. Again, anytime he does that, we just sort of try to change things up. And beautiful, beautiful route combination. Picks up some good yards. No issues there. He goes straight back to the bunch, right? Just the bunch normal, and is doing the one thing that seems to be consistently open, just because the defender stands so flat-footed as he's waiting like his man is the running back. He just stands there. He stands there. If it was a regular in route, would have been different. So again, he comes out here. Let's go to, dropping somebody else in coverage as myself, because I'm not 100% sure I know what he wants. But he did that to us last time. He did the exact same thing to us last time, right? So what he's doing is, route stemming here. I should have identified what he wanted to do quicker. So we see I'm not switch sticking, I'm just clicking on, essentially, and we're just too far behind. So that's 2 times he's done that to us. He's 2 for 2 with it. So he's pulling that out in situations where he feels like, I want to do this, right? So we change our zone drops again, as you should. If you're going to use zone drops, change them based on where you're on the field, because it all matters. And so a little change here this time. I pinched my line because last time we were down here, he ran the ball in with Josh Allen. So I wanted to pinch the line so he can't just run up the middle as easy. And we get stuck on Hargrave. And so we have an option here. Because I tell you what, there's 2 people and there's one of me. So I click off, right? It's not a switch stick. This is just a click off at this point. So I'm just getting somebody. And it causes him to have to make that read with the defender and the AI doing it instead of me. So we get a kind of a sack there, but because we pinched our line, he couldn't move up the middle, so he ran outside. So we have to be sort of cognizant of that. So I pinched my line and contain this time. So how do I keep him in here? Again, what did I say? Last time he switched to this formation, right? He was throwing the route glitch on the left. So I'm just over here already. And we're identifying, we're learning what he wants to do. And we're sort of go over there and we're sitting there and there's enough chaos where he is delaying. And by him stepping up in the pocket right here means that he wants to go again. And again, he's not going to fumble. So it is what it is. Whatever. Go to this. I'm pretty sure I go to man here, hoping that we're going to be able to get a stop. We do. Since I assume he probably doesn't have all his RPOs and stuff set up in there. He hasn't taken enough time. I don't know why we have 2 people just instantly tired. So he goes back to this, which he did the jet sweep on before. Again, we can identify that and we can know sort of what he wants to do. As he flips the play here, I'm a little people are just out of the way, right? People are just out of the way. It's 4th and goal. It's okay to use a timeout. I know it's a close game. I understand it's a close game. But the difference between 3-7 or 0-7, maybe this makes him think. I feel like the defense we were in, we were 100% giving up 7 points. So I was expecting the run. And for whatever reason in this game, and it's Cam Chancellor, so it's like RPO wheel or something. He's just so far away. It's not even a hard read. It's a great play call. It's bad defense. Both things are true. So now we're down 7. It is what it is. We have a minute left in the third, and the hardest thing to do here is, again, clock management. If we had less time, I could try to clock out and get the final score and go for 2 and just win the game. It's tough to do. So we're gonna just sort of see what happens out here and not try to do overly too much, right? We run towards the sideline. If we can pick up any yards, that's fantastic. The reason we run towards the sideline is just to get out of bounds so we don't fumble. Not playing the clock at this point. Again, same sort of basic setup. But what I did, and I felt like I rushed here. So I wanted to do like a slight change by streaking Kyle because I wasn't sure which side the cover 3 was on. So I streaked him there. We just picked the wrong side technically. And the lack of motion actually just caught him completely off guard because we've had auto motion on constantly out here. And so he's just too far away. So it works out really well in our favor, actually, to do that. Now, what did we do here? The same thing. What did I say before? It was the exact same look. He's bringing his user so far down. He's leaving all of this space open. And he does it again. We leave the motion on. This is wide open, right? It's just wide open. It's just wide open. We hadn't done it all game. We saved it. We recognized it. We learned. 3 points. 21 all. And the good thing with scoring that quickly is you can't really clock us out. Like, this is going to be really tough clock out, especially if we play kind of aggressive in certain situations. So again, go to here and flip. Got to flip the play. Okay, whatever. You know, I annoys me, but it is part of the game. I don't think you should be able to flip and change formations consistently, but that's just me. So he's got this setup going on. Without remembering what happens, obviously this is the correct read. It is the correct read. And again, same sort of, what did we say before? It's a problem with the game. It's not a problem with our opponents here. Is that he catches the ball and they just don't go down, right? They just don't attack fast enough. So he gets a nice big play there. And we're okay with that. In this situation, I want to get you close enough for a field goal, honestly. I don't want you 2 plays first down, 2 plays first down, 3 plays first down. You were going to be able to take the clock at that point. So get upfield. Go for it. You can go up the field. Totally fine. You be explosive here, buddy. That's exactly what you want in this situation. Because again, we are not in control here. Being on offense is obviously in control. This is not in control whatsoever. So again, we make our little adjustments, and I'll take this guy, right? And we get a random A gap, not intentional. I did nothing there; just randomly happened. Maybe he thought we were blitzing. Maybe he did an adjustment. I don't know. So same sort of thing. And normally, what happens in those situations is like people start to panic, right? 2nd and 21 is like I got to pick up some yards, and I'm not saying this should be picked off. I'm just grateful that it wasn't caught. Honestly. I think that was a panic throw. I think if you asked him, that he would say that was a panic throw. I was like, oh my God, what happened here? Okay. So again, he goes to 5 wide now. He hasn't gone 5 wide all game. I don't know what to do against him 5 wide. I have no idea. I'm pretty sure we protect the sticks and like we'll just hope that something good happens here. Because again, he's probably going to go for it on 4th down. And then we audible. And I'm like, God, you spend all this time setting something up, right? All this time. And he gets nice down there, 16 yards, 4th and 5. Like, oh my God, what are we doing? This is a bad scenario for us. And then he goes to trips. And I don't think this is a great decision, me personally, but hey, he gets it there. We just get stuck, right? I don't know how we get stuck on the D line post snap that way. Not intentional, but it happens. Now 3 minutes at the 43, back to empty. And again, no, don't tackle him. Take him closer. So now we're going to the 2-minute warning. Right, I'm pretty sure he takes it there. And he starts, this is where he's like, I'm going to play conservative, I guess. Pick up the first down, try to go for the win. You know, we did use a timeout earlier in the game. Didn't really help us, but we did do it. So what do you do here, right? What do you do? He's going to go and he's going to pick it up. What would you do in this situation? What would you do in this situation? You keep running or do you get down? Knowing I have 2 timeouts. Knowing I'm pretty sure it's a 40-second play clock. That's a minute and 20 seconds. He can automatically take off. If he chooses right now, he could go down and I could get the ball back at best like 20 seconds. I don't know. What would you have done? Would you have gone inside the 10 to where you cannot get a first down anymore? Was that where you have gone down? Or would you have gone down sooner than that? So you could, if you did pick up a first down, it would 100% seal the game. I think you go down right about here. Right? I think you go down now, personally. Because if you're going to go down, don't go down in a place where there's a hard stop. There's a hard stop. So I call a timeout instantly. Why? Why do you call a timeout instantly there instead of waiting to see? One, if he scores, time's still on the clock, right? If he makes a mistake, time's still on the clock. If he throws a pass for whatever reason, there's still time on the clock. We're leaving time on the clock there. So I think he really messed up there. And I wasn't sure if he was going to run or pass in this situation. I would have thought just run the ball for sure. But it looks like he was trying to do something else, but he just run, and just not a very good run. So we call the timeout again. So again, he still can take us down to 20 seconds here. I still think him going down was the right call. I just think him going down where he went down was a poor option, because it almost seems like he doesn't want to get in the end zone. He really truly doesn't want into the end zone here at all. Why? Because then I get the ball back. But if there was a first down and there was 5 or 10 yards between the first down and the end zone, he can do whatever he wants. You just get down, game over, right? Get down, game over. So I kind of want him to score, right? I kind of want him to score, but he's going to run the ball and then get the touchdown. What are you doing? Clock management, ladies and gentlemen. I would have gone down. Like, you see, I took the clip. I couldn't believe he did it. It was such a bad clock management. Whatever. So we have a minute 46 and no timeouts, right? A minute 43 technically. Not the worst place you can be, as long as you don't run hurry up in the red zone. That's a lot of time in this game. It is a lot of time. Now we need 7, but that's it is what it is. So he randomly switches up defenses. Why? He doesn't want to get burned at the seams. Instead of adjusting there, he just doesn't want to get burned at the seams. So I set up a 1-play touchdown just in case, because I see something different. We're rolling, and like, nah, we'll just take the corner out. And apparently we get hit sticked back into bounds, which is an interesting call, but it is what it is. You see, the clock doesn't really move anyway, so it doesn't matter. Saved us a few seconds, but we just I go quick here just to see what we can do. And again, high-low on that side. He's playing very hard flats. Fantastic. A minute 19. Now this is a point where I'm like, I don't want to score right now. I don't want to put up 7 right now. So that's why I run the just audible to a random run. Let me just take some clock. I'm not expecting much. I just want a little bit of your clock, sir. Because if we can take this 30 seconds, 40 seconds off the clock, and we do get a touchdown, it's going to give him less of a chance, less of a time to do anything here. So again, we're setting up. What do we have going on in this one? Route stems, good. High low. He's obviously he doesn't want us to throw the wheel. He's got a cloud flat set at some sort of depth there. And because he has the cloud flat at depth, we know we can just take the ball and just hit the flat. And now it's 40 seconds, no timeouts. Again, if you hurry up in the red zone, the clock is going to drain by half. If you don't hurry up, nothing's going to really happen. So it's fine. It's fine. So I switch formations on him. I switch. And we just sort of quick hike because I know that I have a good enough play set up here for a high-low on this side. This is the only place I'm looking. I'm literally not looking at A or B. 0% chance I'm looking at these guys because they just cross the same path so much. I'm just looking over here. I was going to take the drag. The drag was my intention to take this entire time. But you let me take the touchdown. But because we played the clock not perfectly smart, but smart enough, now it's a tie game with 33 seconds. We have no timeouts, though. He has 3 timeouts. That is plenty of time to get into field goal range, to get to the 35, 38 yard line, somewhere around there. He's 100% going to get it. But we gave ourselves a chance. And then he returns the kick. I have no problem with returning the kicks in these situations. You never know. Maybe you break one off. Even if you break one just a little bit, it's totally fine. So what do you do in this case? What do you do in this case? So I changed my audibles to add cover 3 cloud, I believe, in here. So I wanted to have something just in case he went to something else, right? I wanted to have that. So I'm playing much more trips defense here by putting a mana line on. The reason I want the mana line is because I want that bump in the seam here 100%, and that helps get it out there. So we bring our user in. And I'm staying in match here because I feel like he just hasn't done great with it. So I'll be on the safety on this side of the screen and we'll sort of see what he does. Right? If he wants to take something really, really short here as a drag, I'll let him. That is totally fine. I know it's yards, but it's also seconds. Right? It is seconds here on the clock. And the drag would be open, but he does not want the drag. He does not want it at all. He's waiting. He's waiting patiently for something. It doesn't come through. Okay. A little bit of patience, fine. So I go back here and say, now I'm going to blitz him, right? Now we are blitzing him. 100%. We're going to blitz him. We move him back. We get over here and just hope. And we kind of get stuck. And it's a bad throw. This is a bad throw. He had us. He had us. It wouldn't have really mattered, but he had us anyway. So it was like, okay, same thing, right? Again, I know what I want to do. I was just doing too much with it because I wasn't in baseline there. It threw me off. Again, he goes to bunch, so I'm going to go back to what I think I should be doing here, what I feel like he's struggled with consistently this game is the running back route. That's really like the only place he's ever wants to go. And he throws, for the first time all game, the crossing route. Hasn't thrown this one all game. Has not thrown it all game long. Now, it's mostly open here, right? But the only time you can throw an interception in Madden 25 is if the defender is beneath you, right? I feel like he tried to pass it up the field instead of open. And I think that's where he got kind of messed up there, right? So now we pick it off and we can go down and we can win the game. In a game, we didn't really have a lot of life. We had a lot of fight. We tried to do a lot of different stuff against a good opponent. This was a very, very difficult game. So you see we have 14 seconds. And this is kind of important too to me. I can't run the ball. I can't take a knee. So I go to a formation. I block everyone. And I'm just going to take time and throw the ball away a couple times, right? Look at me. Run over here. Stand. Wait. Throw the ball out of bounds. Basically, just do it again. You know, like, why not? Take the clock down. 3 seconds. We can kick a field goal. I'm not missing no iced field goal in this game. Absolutely not. GG's. Tough game. It was a tough game. We had some adversity. I made some pretty bad plays. He made a couple bad plays. that's the way that like all these games go. That every time you make a bad play, you have to make a good play as well to get back in the game. Very sweaty game. Should it have been that sweaty? I mean, after looking back at it, I don't think it should. I think it was bunch verticals and trips tight end verticals like 85% of the time. That in no way should give me any problem. It should have probably gone to more of a man coverage look against that. Maybe he would have adjusted and adapted off of that. But I can look back at these games, and I love to record these games and watch them back and be like, why was this such a sweaty game? I made two absolutely terrible passes. Absolutely terrible passes. One to start the game. But we can fight through it. To see what he was actually doing on defense was very static and normal in the game. What he was doing on offense, I think we should have done a better job. I think I could have adjusted a bit better, but I was really trying to just be different. Run match against him here. Maybe he doesn't know how to beat this. I guess it worked. So that is it, guys. That was a ranked gameplay. Put us back up. We are still on the road to top 100. So hope you guys enjoyed this. I know it's a lot of talking. Whatever. If you guys like these breakdowns, let me know. I'm out. Peace.